But this radio station, was it like the government?
Yeah, the government.
And they allowed
owned
this kind of music in?
They allowed it.
Under some conditions. Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know if we want to talk about it or not.
It's okay. We were asked to do songs about.
Oh my God!
So it's like a gateway for.
Okay.
And that's why it was aired like every 30 minutes. Every 30 minutes.
That song?
Yeah, that song. Yeah.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
It sounds like a movie, Evil Dictator. Really,
and it was the second English song about the.
Really?
Especially if they ask you and you say no. That's gonna
even
be
worse.
a problem. Yeah.
Then it's even worse.
Yeah, but we did it.
And it was released before the war, and it brought in a lot of attention. Even the government were asking, like, who are those people? Why foreign newspapers writing about them? You know,
it's not allowed to do interviews
it
with foreign.
It wasn't
media.
easy. And then the regime falls, and now the mainstream media wants to come and see who the hell are those members. There is a band singing in English, and Reuters comes in and films a short that gets viral worldwide.
Okay. Säga svärpodden med mig, Ali Gorgi. Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our podcast Säga svär. We're gonna do this in English today. Usually we do this in Swedish, but since we have artists traveling from another country visiting us, they're gonna tell us about their story. They are a band, it's called UTN1, stands for Unknown to No One. And it's a band from Iraq actually, which is not very normal because in Iraq we don't have as much English bands, so to say, but it developed, and we're gonna hear their story and what made them start, and how far they come, and what their future plans is. So welcome, guys.
Thanks a lot.
Hi, Ali.
Hello. How are you?
Good to see you.
To meet you.
Thank you very much, and thank you for presenting me to them.
Yeah, absolutely.
For me, it's a very interesting story that we have a band from Iraq, and I heard that you started singing in English.
Yeah,
in the beginning, and me as an Iraqi, I know that English music, especially maybe from local Iraqi people, are not very popular.
Exactly.
So that must have brought some challenges already from the start.
Yeah, the whole story is a fascinating story that's full of challenges and ups and downs. So we started basically in the year 2000 in Baghdad.
Yeah.
It was like we were like Akhlad and I were on a side of the story, and you have Art and Shant, the founders of UTN1, also on another side of the story.
It's like 4 members. We started 4 members, but the first two members, they started, or they established the idea in 1999.
Okay.
And after 1 year, they wanted more members to join.
Okay. Yeah.
So me and Hassan joined the band afterwards.
Great.
Yeah.
So you are Hassan, right?
Yes.
And you are Akhlad?
Akhlad, yes.
This is Ali, my relative. Yes.
Ali Talib is a very good friend. He used to be a neighbor and a friend, and we used to hang out all the time.
Nice.
During university
It's
years.
like 20 years.
So he's a part of the story.
Cool.
More than 20 years.
Yeah.
Cool.
For me 20 years.
Yeah,
we met in 2004 in Jordan.
Did you ever try to have him singing with you or playing music?
I wish. He's an exceptional talent, to be honest, and I always like when I talk to him, because I know what he did and the theatrical work he's done in Iraq.
Yeah.
It was, for me, I saw his work by coincidence live on TV before knowing that it's his work, and I was like, what? It was super fascinating.
So you
me.
knew him, but you didn't know what he was doing in
exactly.
theater world.
So I knew him, but I didn't know that.
Wow.
It was
He's a
massive.
guy. This guy is a talent guy.
It was
What
a
a shock.
massive theatrical piece that I would never forget.
Nice.
Coming out from that area of the world and with
Yeah.
these kind of circumstances, it was something super unnatural.
Exactly. But so the idea, you mentioned the idea of UTN1, it started 1999.
Yes.
And can you tell us where the other guys in the band are right now?
So right now, Shant is close to Hassan in the US, in Virginia, and Art is in Netherlands. Yeah, but it's like a long story how we split. I mean, everyone now is in a country.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like it took like several years for us to split, and live in different parts of
But
the
you
world.
still work together?
We work together.
Nice.
The good thing with bands, I mean, even if me and Hassan we can do a concert, it doesn't need the rest of the bands. We can do. I mean, we formed the band based on this idea that even if one member
Is
cannot
missing,
join,
yeah.
then we can
Continue.
and do concerts, and that's what happened. Like
Yeah, with
some videos, some concerts, only 3, 2, 4. So it depends on each of
availability,
the
yeah.
situation.
And how does that relationship work? Because we're humans, we have egos, I guess, and
Of
doesn't
course.
anyone get mad or sad that they're missing out on a concert or a music video?
That's the thing. I mean, these things happen like at the beginning of starting the band, but later on, when people have their families, their careers, different paths. So we agreed that the goal is to move on and to continue and to have this continuity to the band, you know, not just stopping the whole project because of one member cannot join. So we made it in a flexible way that it has to move on and to keep going no matter what. And that's what the four of us agreed on.
Okay,
So-
from the beginning already, you agreed on that?
I mean, we agreed. No,
it's like
after,
in the beginning, lots of issues and conflicts
discussions.
between the members, because they started the idea, so they wanted to be on the spotlight all the time.
Of course.
And then when we joined the band, they were afraid. One of the members, Shant, he was afraid that we will take the attention from him.
The creation that he made.
Because
It's
he's
his baby.
Yeah,
exactly. So we joined. We struggled a lot. An Iraqi band sing in English.
Yeah.
This is not. This is uncommon in Iraq in 2000.
Yeah.
But the good thing is we had a couple of thousand of people in Baghdad who listens to to English music. We had a radio station that broadcasted English music.
Okay.
And that's how we joined. So the two guys, they made an announcement in the radio station, and then we heard the announcement. And we didn't understand the announcement, to be honest, because unknown to no one, the name of the band is a really strange name. Until today, I think we should have changed the name of the band. Yeah, because unknown to no one, okay, especially when we switched to Arabic, then we faced a lot of challenges with the name. So unknown to no one, what is unknown to no one? And then we asked the producers of the radio station. They told us this is a band, and I remember the announcement was, if you want to be a star, if you want to be famous,
that was
unknown
it
to
was
no
the
one.
cheesiest announcement. We were talking about it, that it's so sad that we did not record that.
That would be funny.
Yeah.
That would be funny to hear it 25 years later.
Yeah, it really would.
But it was like, you know, it was one of these things that happens in life that, you know, great things that starts with nothing.
Yeah.
And so, there is like a secret superpower behind it. You feel like there's some sort of a weird energy going on.
Yeah.
Because from that cheesy announcement, and then we heard and we asked, and then we contacted them, and I sent them a letter, which is unusual for me to. It was the first time I write a letter in my
We
life.
had only landlines at that time.
Exactly,
And,
no cell phones,
we had
no
to
emails.
write a letter and send it.
Yeah. That was
by
the 90s.
postbox.
Exactly, exactly.
Internet was basically just invented.
Exactly.
Or just brought to the household at least.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
cool.
So it was something new and
So
an
how was the
adventure.
first meeting then? So you sent the letters. You asked like, "Hi, I heard this radio announcement."
Exactly. Yeah.
And I'm interested in coming, singing in
yeah,
English.
we're
right?
I sent the letter and I put his phone number, landline.
You were already friends from before.
We're relatives.
We're
cousins.
second
Okay.
cousins.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So and we grew up together liking Western music. He was born in America. I was born in France. We met in Iraq. He introduced me to Michael Jackson. He's 3 years older than I am.
Okay.
So he introduced me to Michael Jackson and Star Wars.
Okay.
Imagine like when I was a baby. So and we grew up like being influenced by Western music and liking the idea of being a musician, but it wasn't an easy thing to do. And we needed professional push,
Yeah.
to do something. And then when the two guys came in, one of them was already a music producer. He knew the art of making a song and writing a song and arranging a song.
He used to compose and
produce
write,
a song, basically.
lyricist and composer.
Yeah.
And he did everything.
So he was like he gave us the recipe
Okay.
of how to make a song, So, and then after that, I took over. I started writing music for the band, most of the later songs that came in, and the nice thing about it that there's always this mysterious energy that keeps this thing working together. We don't know how and why, because it seemed like okay at the beginning. It was okay. We're teenagers. Let's have fun. Let's enjoy the moment. Let's do something. Let's record an album, and these like small details started coming in together all the time. Going on to meet a friend of ours who passed away. He was the first producer of the band in Baghdad. His name is Alan. Probably Ali knows him.
Yeah.
He had a big record shop in Baghdad called Alan's Melody. So we went to Alan and he heard the songs we recorded, and he decided to produce a full album for the band.
Okay.
By the way, when they recorded the album, or when they started to record the album, I left Iraq and I moved to Sweden. So I came to Sweden before the 2003 war.
Okay.
Yeah, so
the
I came
second
here.
Gulf War, basically.
Yeah, and it wasn't easy for me because
To leave the band.
my passion was the band, but because of the situation,
Yeah, he had the opportunity to emigrate. So
so I wanted to find another place. We didn't think that the band will continue. It was like just
it's a wild shot.
Yeah, like a hobby. When we want to have fun, we just gather and record songs. That was the main idea. We didn't imagine that one day we'll
be a career
famous, even only in Baghdad. So, but afterwards we became famous in the whole Middle East.
Cool.
So that's why I left. And when they recorded the album, I was so sad. And I couldn't listen to the album because the internet in Iraq, there was no internet in Iraq. We had internet in Sweden. So I remember a friend of mine, he used to
zip it,
zip the file into 5 parts, and each part in an email, and then you gather you put them in one folder, and then the file that you click and gather every like
attach
the whole. So even by then the quality was really bad. By splitting it into 5 parts. So I remember I heard the first song. I was happy and sad at the same time. Because I knew that this is one of my dreams and they are achieving it without me. So it was not easy.
Wow, it must be painful.
So they recorded the album in 2002.
Cool.
Exactly.
2001.
2001.
After he left for
it was 1 month or something.
Like few weeks after he left, Alan was a friend of mine, so I went to Alan, and he heard the demos we had, the songs we had, and he said he looked at it from a businessman point of view, like how much did it cost? The cost was really like not a big number for him, So he's like, I'll take the shot and I'll record a full album since it's not a very high cost for me.
It costed around $700
or $1,000
back then.
Maybe a couple of thousand.
I remember it was 700 or something.
Probably. I don't remember to be the exact numbers, but I remember that when he heard it, it was like I'll do it,
Good price,
I'll take a shot.
If we go back then, so you sent in the letter to the creator, so to say, of the band, and did you go on an audition, or what was that process like?
We were the only ones.
You were the only applicant.
So they had to take us.
who would send a letter for that cheesy ad?
It
was super cheesy. The ad was
so funny. Okay, but you already had musical skills. You could play
a little bit.
Just a little bit. I remember when we first met Art,
Yeah.
he introduced us to the harmony, how to sing in harmony. It was something new for us.
But was he happy when he met you?
Of
Because being the
course.
only
Of course.
Because he
Yeah,
found
because
out that we had the skills.
we,
But-
we had
yeah.
the talent, like, you know, he was like their vocal abilities were like at a certain level, and he thought that our abilities were a push up to that.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
Like a good addition to the
Okay,
band. So
yeah, that's good.
so that's how he liked the idea, and it was an instant click, to be honest. We all liked each other, and we decided that we're gonna, to blend in, we will record the first song. So
we
that was
recorded
like
the first
that
single.
that was like very fast, and we said, okay, we don't have time to waste. Let's record the song and see how it goes. And that was like a very nice experience.
And that was 99 or 2000?
2000.
And you left 2003.
2001.
Yeah,
You left.
in the end of 2001.
Okay,
I
so you had
left,
about 2 years together.
Yes, we recorded 4 songs together.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and everything is documented. I mean,
Cool.
the time I was there, I had my handy cam,
Yeah.
so I used to film everything.
And you have the records?
I
still?
have everything.
Oh,
yeah.
amazing.
We
That's
did like a kind of a podcast, like a band podcast, because
Okay.
now it's like I think in few months it will
Yeah.
be 25 years since we established the band.
Anniversary, okay.
Yeah, so we wanted to do something. So it's like a 4-hour
Special. Yeah.
Cool.
talk. Yeah, we will
Yeah.
show everything, like
Wow.
all the videos that I shot. Like we're taking all the files from the archive and we're gonna put them. in the-
Amazing.
yeah.
But so your first songs, the 4 songs, they were in English.
yeah.
What
yeah.
kind of genre were they? Like pop music or?
Yeah, it's
They
a pop.
were a mix, to be honest. That's why the genre we had, each of us had like a passion for a certain genre. So you can feel that we implemented different genres, but mainly pop rock. That was the thing.
we tried different styles
Yeah.
because we wanted to know what direction we
To take,
Okay.
yeah.
So
we
the 4
tested.
songs, they're mixed, basically.
Yeah,
One
yeah,
is more
yeah.
this genre and the other one is another genre,
Yeah,
maybe.
but it's, you can put them all in like modern pop rock,
Okay.
stuff
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
that. Some flavor of guitars, and because I was from like I had like a thing for rock, hard rock, metal music.
Wow, yeah, okay.
If you and I still remember some of the bands that started at the exact year that we started were Linkin Park,
Oh, really?
Coldplay. You know,
Wow,
these
okay.
bands, they were exactly the same
Yeah.
with us. So I remember like when we started UTN1, Linkin Park was just releasing their first album.
Okay.
So it was like this new wave of they called it new metal. You know, with like some rap and guitars, and
Yeah.
so you had all these kind of influences on that album.
I used to listen to Backstreet Boys and Westlife.
Okay, okay,
yeah,
okay.
That was my style. Until today, I listen to them.
Really?
yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
it
was-
reminds me of the good
Good old
times.
days,
yeah.
yeah.
Good 90s.
But how did the public in Iraq take this? Because you did this in English, and I
Yeah.
guess in that time, Iraq had already issues with America and the Western
Yeah.
world, you could
Yeah,
say.
yeah.
How was that for the public, or how did it go for you guys?
It went well with the because as I said previously, we had the radio station that broadcasted
The local
English,
radio station.
the
Yeah.
local radio station. So the listeners, they knew that there is a band,
Okay.
called UTN1,
Okay.
and we had one of our songs that was played a lot on that station. They broadcasted it.
So yeah, they started to have this vibe that there
It's
is
like-
a band, and the album was, Alan put a lot of effort in marketing the album. You know, so it was like locally it was a big hit. Like you can see the posters of UTN1 all over all over Baghdad, and you see people getting there. I even hear a lot of nice stories. Like some of my friends, they were like, "We're gathered, and we got the CD, and we sat down on that old stereo tape,
Yeah.
and we put it loud, and we started like analyzing the album.
Cool.
Those are friends of mine who weren't friends at that time, you know.
Okay, so they have memories from when they first heard your
exactly.
songs.
So
Wow.
they were like, we sat down, we gathered, we
Yeah.
said, okay, let's analyze that album and let's
Yeah.
listen to it.
The album is not on, like the whole album is not on Spotify or any other
No?
platform.
Yeah,
no.
because the quality was a little
But I
poor
think,
to the standards
Yeah.
of today.
yeah, but as,
But it was a
as an
good-
album that was produced in 2002, I
and
think
it cost like a couple of $1,000.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
nothing.
But did you think about recreating the album in like remastering?
I always it's a dream, to be honest, and it's always in my mind because I can see some of the songs that we can tweak the weakness of the song, reproduce them in a new sounds that we have, and implement the
I
new
think
technologies.
We
I think
can
that-
just remaster it. We keep the old track because these tracks, it's like precious to the old fans because they always keep asking about the songs. And unfortunately, I mean, we have all the tracks.
No, we should
Yeah,
we should redo
We
them.
should- yeah, we
because
should
many
post it.
bands did that.
Okay.
I mean, even Backstreet, even Bee Gees, you know, that like
Yeah.
they put this song 25 years later. Did that with some of their old songs.
Okay.
So they did a new version. They called it 25-year anniversary version of the whole album.
So we're gonna wait like until 2026 or
Probably, yeah,
2026 we release
probably,
the album.
yeah.
Good.
Yeah, but it's a good quality. I think it's an okay quality.
Okay, but so you had that radio station, and then people knew about that. Okay, we have an Iraqi band that's gonna make English music now, so they were kind of excited to hear that
Yeah,
Yeah.
in the beginning.
Yeah.
But this radio station, was it like the government?
Yeah,
yeah.
the
and
government
they allowed
owned.
this kind of music in.
Yeah.
They allowed it.
under some conditions. Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know if we
Yeah,
want to
yeah,
talk about it or not.
It's okay. We were asked to do songs about the regime.
oh my
You know,
god!
so it's like a gateway for our
Yeah.
popular music to
Oh
be
my
there.
God, yeah.
So we did
So
couple of
yeah.
songs. It was fun. It was funny.
It,
you know?
it is funny because
Actually,
it's
the-
ridiculous.
And
Exactly.
The melody is really nice. I mean, really, I think these songs, they were so nice.
They're
It was
so
well done.
Yeah.
Piano, slow, pop music.
Okay.
And that's why it was aired like every 30 minutes. Every 30 minutes.
That song?
Yeah,
For
that
the-
song.
For
Yeah,
Saddam, for
Yeah,
Saddam
yeah,
Hussein.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
It sounds like
That
a
was so
movie,
funny.
evil dictator. Really,
And it was
yeah.
it was the
Yeah.
second English song about the regime.
Really.
Yeah, there wasn't.
They liked
any-
it. They
yeah.
pushed it hard.
The
you
regime,
know?
of course, they must.
Yeah,
Is
they
it
were
on
like-
Shabab TV at that time?
Yeah, it was VOY. Yeah,
It's called the
Salty Shabab.
VOY, the Voice of Youth
Yeah,
radio
Voice of
station.
Youth.
Oday
Yeah, they owned it. So
Yeah.
that was the gate for us.
That's dangerous, man.
Yeah, they told us if you
Yeah.
want us to play your normal love songs, do a song about Saddam
mistake?
or.
And you were probably, let's do
We
it.
have
since-
to.
Of course, yeah.
You had to.
Yeah,
Exactly.
especially if
course.
they ask you and you say no, that's
Oh,
that's
then
gonna
it's
be
even
a
worse.
problem. Yeah,
Then it's even worse.
yeah, but we did it, and because we love music, and
Yeah.
we thought, okay, let's do it,
Yeah.
and it became a good hit,
Yeah,
a successful hit.
And,
Yeah, yeah.
and imagine these, like, to make it a little shorter, that album, these songs, they all led, the whole thing changed when the war happened.
Yeah.
And there was a huge media attention after the war, like, because of, after the first album, which Alan produced, he sent it to some record labels in the UK. And those people, they really liked it. They were like, in Iraq, some people producing such albums. And
Yeah.
it was like a shot in the dark, and it came true. People actually liked it. So they sent a couple of newspapers to interview us.
Okay.
They did like a photo shoot for us in our old cars,
Yeah.
driving and singing. And it was released before the war. And it brought in a lot of attention. Even the government were asking, like, who are those people? Why foreign newspapers writing about them? You know,
It's not allowed to
Yeah,
do
it
interviews with
wa-
foreign.
it wasn't
media.
easy. And then right a few weeks after that, the regime falls, and now the mainstream media wants to come and see who the hell are those members. There is a band singing in English, and Reuters comes in and films a short that gets viral worldwide.
Okay.
So suddenly people in Australia, people in Japan, people all over the world seeing us on TV.
Wow,
you know,
what
it
a
was
crazy
like
story.
it was one of these crazy stories,
Yeah.
and that got us to where we are today. We got a record deal and a lot of ups and downs, and
Yeah.
it's there are details that we didn't have passports, we could not
Yeah.
travel.
Yeah.
But the main thing that got the attention of the media was we were 5 members, different religions, different ethnic groups, Sunni, Shia, Christian, Muslims, in one band of 5 members.
Yeah.
So we represented the whole Iraq.
That's
The fabric of Iraqi
exactly,
diversity.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, that's why, I mean, that was the main thing that they used to talk about. And I remember, because I was in Sweden, and I got a link from a friend of mine. We were studying Swedish at that time, the SFE. And he sent me a link and he said, congratulations. Because I told him about the band, and I sent him some songs, the 4 singles that we recorded. So, and then I clicked on that link, and it was like a CNN clip. A producer is talking about the band and how, you know, like how difficult it was to establish a band, and how they're gonna bring the band, reshape it to make it like more international. And I was really sad.
You were sitting in class doing boring stuff.
And I was watching the Arabic news as well, because it was during the war.
Yeah.
Like even after the war, it was like the
habit of
civil
watching.
war.
Yeah.
And there was no communication at that time between Iraq and the rest of the world. So we had to watch TV. And I remember they used to have a camera live, and people used to like send messages through that camera. So there was the Arabiya TV channel. They used to do that. So we used to watch that TV all the time, hoping to see our friends and relatives on that TV to know that they are alive, because we couldn't communicate with them. So I remember during that time I saw a report about the band, and Hassan and the rest of the band, they were talking, and they were speaking about how they're gonna travel to the UK because there was a sponsorship, a sponsor waiting for the band, the ITV at that time. And I was like, oh my God, I lost the chance. I lost the opportunity to join the band. So I used to send them. I remember the only one who was loyal was Hassan, because childhood friend and relative. The rest of the band, they were, sorry, you don't have a
You don't have a spot anymore.
Yeah.
Well, no,
So we're gonna move on without you.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was really tough.
So
for me.
did you pass SFE, or did you had to leave to join the band? Or?
No, he did.
I joined because when I left.
That's good. I would have left SFE and tried to find the band again.
I did. Yeah. So when I left, they brought a 5th member, a new one. And I remember he paid $200 to join the band. And then that guy, he was not so passionate about the band, unlike me.
Yeah, he couldn't. When we got the opportunity to leave Iraq, he was hesitant, and he was like, "I cannot leave. I want to start a family." And
but he didn't say that from the beginning, because when I after 4 months,
so you would lose your temper.
Yeah, I mean, because I told them, guys, if any one of you don't want to continue, I'm available.
Yeah.
And he didn't say no. And inside him, he didn't want the band to go outside of Iraq.
Okay.
So then when the opportunity came, he said, I don't want to continue. Then when they called me, I said, yes, of course.
Yeah.
I'm going to join again.
Yeah.
But things didn't go well. The sponsorship, we lost the sponsorship.
Fell down, yeah.
Yeah, because of the passports. There was no government, no passport issuing at that time.
Yeah.
So they didn't have passports. They couldn't leave the country. We waited until the end of 2004.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So basically, because of the whole government fell, you could not create a new passport.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
Yeah,
story.
timing was always an issue for us with everything because the sponsorship there was a deadline and we have to travel to the UK to get that sponsorship and we couldn't. And then that's why it's the message of this band is like you keep working, you keep chasing your dreams until they come true, you know. You don't give up because that's what life is, you know, that you don't get things easy. You have to, you know, break the wall if it's always in front of you. That's
So I had the time to finish SAS, SFE and
good,
SAS 1 and 2 and the whole the whole SASs, you know. So I was ready to start because that was the goal, to start a degree or to take a degree in Sweden. But it didn't happen. It happened afterwards.
Okay.
So I finished the language and finished everything, and I was ready to enter the university. And then they called and they said,
there is this opportunity. They called all of us actually, not just him, because I already left to Syria, escaping the situation of the civil war in Iraq, and I couldn't stay there.
What year was this?
2004.
And they
things
started.
Did it start already? 2004?
End of 2004 things started getting really bad. People were starting to get killed in the streets and
The civil war started.
It was the sectarian, right?
It started like some sort of militias at the beginning, you know. Things were not safe anymore. So we started leaving the country, and then we get this call from one of the members saying that there is this new company who's willing to sign us, and said, really, are you kidding me? After we lost hope, you know. They said, no, there's a meeting in Baghdad if you're interested. So we all went back without Akhled, of course. Akhled was busy with his life at that time,
Studying Swedish.
and we met with the company, and we told them that we have safety issue. If you want if you want to sign us, move us to a safe area. And we suggested to go to Jordan, Amman, as a first step, so we can have a safe place to gather again and to get back into music and to start thinking about the future, and then to move to London to record and do big things. And that's what happened.
Okay.
They moved us in January 2005. We were moved to Jordan for a couple of months. And then we managed to go to the UK.
It wasn't easy to get the visas to the UK. To the UK,
yeah.
So it took like 8 months trying to get the visas. And then we got it and we traveled to the UK.
What was this company that wanted to work with you again?
Yeah, they were like, it's a multinational company. They were interested in doing different types of business, so they were starting a entertainment business.
We were the first band.
Yeah,
really.
So they established the department, the media department or entertainment department, based on the band.
Wow.
Yeah.
And they were based in the UK.
They were based in France, UK,
and US.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a multinational. So basically, they signed us, and they had a UK team, so they wanted to move us to the UK, and we went to the UK actually, and we stayed for a few months, and then things did not go well because we couldn't renew the visas. You know, when you we got a 1-year visa, and then you cannot renew it, and it was totally blocked.
We had, to be honest, we had the chance. We had the chance to work with big producers. I remember we were the company had an interview or like a meeting with Louis Walsh. He was one of the big producers.
Top producers,
and
Irish.
Yeah, he's like one of his bands, Westlife, for example.
Oh wow! Okay, yeah, of course.
So, but unfortunately, the company didn't deal with that in a good way. So we lost it. We didn't have anything. It's not something in our hands. It's like they had the authority to represent the band and to talk with these producers. So after that, the good thing is we recorded 3 songs,
That's
3
good.
singles.
Yeah, you were productive.
Yeah, English songs.
Yeah.
Two of them was composed and written by the band, and one was a cover for the band U2, the song called One.
Okay.
We recorded them, and it was a nice experience because it was in Abbey Road studio, the Beatles studio.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so we had the chance to visit, to work inside that studio.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did they change the furniture, or was it exactly the same as the Beatles?
I don't know. I think it's the same.
Okay.
Paul McCartney was recording in Studio 1.
Studio 2.
Studio 2?
Yeah.
I mean, one of the...
We were in 3. So there was this big room, Studio 2, they called it.
The big one, yeah.
And McCartney was inside.
Oh,
yeah.
We waited like few
before,
hours.
right? Like he was
No, at the same time.
No way, really?
Yeah, but we didn't have a chance to meet him.
Yeah.
Because
crazy.
it took him like, it was few hours. We waited. I remember.
But
like
what
2
year was
hours.
this? 2005?
2005. Yes.
When did he die? Not before that?
No, he's
still alive.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
McCartney, yeah. Not Lennon. Lennon died.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry. Yeah,
yeah.
that's true.
He's still,
That's so cool.
But
okay.
unfortunately, we didn't see him. Hopefully in the future.
So how did those 4 singles go that you recorded?
Yeah, the 3 singles, we recorded them. And the idea was that when we go back to Jordan, we go to the embassy and we renew the visas and we
Come back to the
travel
UK,
back to the UK. It didn't happen. That's when the idea of moving
to Lebanon.
To Lebanon.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, you can because you were the one who
Lebanon was like
influenced the company to take
Lebanon
us.
was the center of Middle Eastern music, basically. It was the music business there was really happening, and so I suggested to the company, because I'm half Lebanese, to go there, see how things go, and they really liked the whole atmosphere in there, and they decided, okay, let's go back to Lebanon, let's film one of the songs, which is While We Can, our first single that we recorded in the UK, and we did shoot the music video. It was a big music video production coming from the UK and France, and the director and the director of photography, and it was a very nice experience shooting the first music video. It was about kids during war times and
about our lives.
Yeah, basically reflected our identity and how we came through that war zone to be a band, you know. So that's when then the music, that's when the first song was shot. And also there was a few weeks after shooting that, there was another war. There was a war in Lebanon, so we had to go back to Jordan.
Wow.
And wait few months and then move back to Lebanon again. It was, and we did a concert in Jordan. That was the first concert outside Iraq. And after that, we went to Lebanon again. And here, there was a whole new path for us, where the company suggested, why don't you try in Arabic? Because in English, the market is so hard in the Middle East. Nobody would take a Middle Eastern band singing in English.
Yeah.
So if you want to have a success, you should do something in Arabic. And that was in 2007. And that's where we gave it a shot, and we said, okay, we're going to start with Arabic. And the first song we did was a major hit, and number one hit in the whole Middle East.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Jamila.
It's actually the song that made UTN1
known in
the
the
name
Middle East.
that is today, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So then
then that path of doing
realized.
Arabic was the path to take. That's it. Yeah.
And since 2007, how did it go for the band? And did you still stay together? Did you split, or what happened?
No, we stayed until 2000 and end of
2010.
Yeah,
okay, and those years were the good.
Great.
Were the peak of the band. Yeah,
peak,
we released 4 number ones in the Middle East.
Okay,
great album.
Yeah, we
Amazing.
participated in big shows in the Middle East. We had concerts. It was a successful period for the band. So yeah,
until we end of 2010, where the company the contract we had a 6-year contract. So the contract was from 2005 till 2011. So the contract was ending, and we had to decide what to do. And we said, okay, since we cannot stay in Lebanon because our residency was based on an artist residency, and if you don't have a contract, you cannot stay. And then I moved to the US with another member, and Akhlad came back to Sweden.
Okay.
Art went to Netherlands, and that was a new path. In America, there's a totally different path to take, and the good thing about it that we never left it. We kept going. We kept getting opportunities and doing shows and new music. We shot a couple of music videos in America. We did new music, and that's how these past 15 years has been going, 14 years between America and the Middle East. So we're traveling back and forth, but we kept the name alive. That's what matters.
So we became 3 members.
Okay.
Because the fourth one, I mean, we were 5. One of us left in 2009, before we left Lebanon, and then because Art decided to move to Netherlands, so he couldn't join. Most of the songs, the production was in the US, so it was easy for me to travel to them instead of them to Europe. So we shot music videos, we recorded songs, we did concerts in the US, and so we had some good hits as well, but not like the 2 hits
in the Lebanon days.
In Lebanon, yeah.
But were you still doing in Arabic even when you left to the US?
Yes,
because that was the line we took that made us our name, you know. So we couldn't abandon that.
So when we released the album, it was released in 2010. The album was 2 CDs, one in English and one in Arabic.
Okay.
So we had all our English songs in one CD and the Arabic ones in. So it was one double CD album. So and then we started to shoot music videos for them. We did for 2 of them afterwards. Yeah. So I just wanted to say that because we didn't talk about the album. That was the dream. We wanted to release an album. A good quality one, unlike the 2002 one. So we did it, and we did a big launching event for the album. One of the biggest stage in Lebanon. It was really great experience. Even I mean, it's on our channel. If they want to see it, they can just go.
The release of the album was a big hit. It was.
So what channel is that? YouTube?
It's UTN1.
UTN1,
like
okay.
YouTube / UTN1.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I checked the channel out and I saw some music videos, and some of them had reached like 1 million views. And, So now the latest years that you had, you split, and one went to the Netherlands, another to the US, and then you meet occasionally and you work on music?
It's either new music or a concert. We did a big concert in Baghdad, which was a dream, you know, returning to Iraq after all these years.
Yeah. What year was this?
It was end of 2018.
Okay.
Yeah, and then we went again in 2021, a few years ago. To
Erbil, north.
North of Iraq. So it was beautiful experience going back there and seeing the fans and everything we've done. You know, coming to meet with the audience of UTN1 in Iraq. So it was a beautiful experience.
It's one of the goals, like in the checklist. There was a big show in Lebanon. We wanted to perform on that stage. It was on the checklist.
Nice.
Do a concert in Baghdad. So these 2 things. And I remember we had an interview with the BBC. They were following us. They followed us since 2003, and they wanted to do like a big documentary. It was a radio documentary, not a TV one. So they followed us, and I remember the last day when they finished their recording, I said, I wish to perform in the center of Baghdad. This is our goal.
Okay.
And then when they broadcasted in Christmas 2009 or 2008 maybe, I don't remember. I was traveling on the airplane, and there was like Time magazine, you know, the famous one. Yeah. So I opened the Time magazine, and there was a page, quote of the day. Yeah. And I found my quote. Okay. One of the quotes on that page, it says, Akhlad from UTN1, I wish to perform in the central of Baghdad one day, hopefully.
Yeah.
And then the photo of the band below it. So that was one of the goals, and it happened after
almost 10 years.
10 years.
10 years.
But so this article or this note or the page, was it a page on the
Article,
title?
yeah.
Article.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's like you have a section on that magazine, quotes of the day. I think until today they have it.
Okay, but
So-
did this come before your concert or after your concert?
Before, yeah,
Why
in
did
2000.
they put it there randomly or?
Yeah,
It
because
was a
they
part of the
listened-
interview.
Ah,
it was a
it's
part
part
of
They
the
listened to
interview.
that documentary, the
Okay.
BBC documentary.
Okay.
It went viral.
Ah, okay.
So they took that quote and they put it on the Time
Cool,
magazine.
yeah, and you didn't even know about it.
I
You just
didn't
randomly.
know. I just was like
that's
checking the
crazy,
time, and
yeah.
then my friends were there. I said, "Look, this is
Yeah.
my name here on that on Time
That's
magazine."
crazy, yeah.
So we had like big times.
Yeah.
We were in big shows, big channels. It was really a great experience. I mean, I'm happy that we managed to do that.
Yeah.
Although like it's less. It's not unlike before.
Yeah.
We had the peak in Lebanon in between 2006 and 10. That was the peak of the band. But we decided that even if the situation, I mean, it's tough even to now. So we decided that we're gonna continue. We're gonna be consistent, and we release songs within the style of UTN1. Probably add some modern stuff for the new generation. But we within the umbrella of UTN1. So
Yeah, that's cool. But it sounds like you had many random things happening. Like, for example, this magazine thing, you weren't even aware of it, and then you just randomly checking.
We had a lot of these kind
random.
of... I remember in Baghdad, we went to this major street, Al Mutanabbi. It's a very major street for selling books and magazines. And
Culture, basically, right?
Yeah, and we went and we bought so many magazines that had UTN1 articles in them. So we still have some of these magazines. Very famous ones, you know, like...
but I imagine, like, what if you didn't check the magazine? You would never know about this, maybe,
I would never know. And another incident, or like a coincidence, let's say, and when we were participating in Geneva World Festival, we were there. We introduced. There were like many bands, and we were the only Arab band participating on that event. And we introduced ourselves, and like bands from the US, from different parts of Europe, and they were okay. Nice to meet you. And then like a day after the meeting, I don't know. They saw like a report about us on Italian channel. Was it Italian channel?
Probably. I
Yeah,
don't know.
and it was on the hotel. They had the channel there.
Okay.
And our like interview was aired on that channel in the same hotel with the same people that we met a day ago.
Okay.
And that's when they started to look us differently, you
Yeah,
know?
before
They
it was like,
okay, a band from Iraq,
Yeah.
nice to meet you.
Yeah.
And then when they saw the interview, they didn't believe, okay, is this the same band?
Yeah, okay.
So like we were the attention of a lot of media at that time, like the 5 years after the war. So
Of course, it creates an interest when you have a English singing band in a country where generally the people are kind of hostile to the English speaking world, so to say, because of the history and everything. And then also that you keep going during tough times as wars and stuff like this. So it creates an interest, of course. It's really nice to hear your story here as well. So now I wonder what's your plans for the future, and are you working on something right now, and what are you guys thinking?
So we released the last single was released in 2022. It's called Chobi. It's like a tradition, Iraqi tradition. Yeah.
Reimagined in a
in
modern,
the UTN1 way.
Okay, in a modern rock feel.
Okay,
Yeah.
I heard that song.
It was
actually.
very challenging to do.
Yeah.
Imagine
But it
Chobi
was-
with metal and rock. And
But you made it work,
Yeah,
and it has like 1 million views, right?
and it was I mean, when you check the statistics, the analytics in YouTube, it was a top song for a month in the north of Iraq because they dance this chobi.
Yeah.
If it's chobi, not chobi. In the north.
Yeah.
So it was one of the top songs,
hits,
top hits in the north. Yeah.
Great.
So and we're working on different projects.
Yes. That we hope to finish soon and to be able to release, because this is our responsibility, is to keep going.
Yeah.
And never stop, no matter what.
But it's expensive, you know. It needs a budget.
Yes.
So that's why we're not as
consistent
as before. Yeah. So we hope that we just save some money for the band, for the family, that because we treat the band as a member of the family.
Yeah.
As one of our sons, you know. Yeah. So we need to spend some money on the band.
Yeah.
So we hope that we're gonna manage to release new stuff soon.
Pretty soon.
Yeah.
But you're working on something?
Of course.
Yeah.
We just finished. We have like 3 or 4 songs ready.
Okay.
We just need to record our voices on. That's what I came. One of the reasons I came here, so we can record them soon. We're hoping to do that very soon, hopefully.
Okay. Great. So I'm really grateful that you came and
so
that we
glad
could
to be
take part of your amazing story.
After 25 years.
Yes, after 25 years, and I next year is gonna be the 25th anniversary, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Do you have anything specially planned for that year? Or?
Well, we're trying to do like a series of concerts, a tour, a mini tour maybe. We're hoping to do something, but the problem is that our idea of doing tour is not the usual tour. We need a lot of expenses, you know. It's because we kind of like to do a show.
Yeah.
You know, like you're going to see any foreign bands and American bands or UK band. You know, it's not just performing. It's sound and light and the whole thing needs a lot of. So we have a couple of ideas that we're running. We're meeting with people to see if they can make it happen, and we can take it to different countries.
Plus, we're gonna tell the untold story.
The documentary kind of.
We're gonna take a lot of things from the archive.
Yeah.
We did record it like the 4-hour podcast.
Maybe you could create songs as part of that documentary. Like it's 4 hours maybe, and like for every hour you make a specific song for that first part of the interview or something.
Yeah, maybe.
So you make like a story and music and maybe.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think musically, like we have the new technologies and tools that's been released recently helps us to do more, you know. So that's what we're hoping. We're hoping to use all these tools to produce more music. So that's what we're gonna do.
Amazing.
Yep.
Okay, guys.
All right,
Hassan
Ali.
and Akhled and Ali, thank you very much for coming. It's a real pleasure to take part of this, and I look forward to following the future of you guys.
Sure.
Thank you, Ali.
Thank you very much.
I look forward to the same.
So, to all the listeners, whether you are unfamiliar with me doing a podcast in English, I hope you enjoyed it, and I really hope you enjoyed the story. I did that very much. So please subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment. What do you think? Do you have any memories? Have you heard their songs? Or if you haven't, try listening and still leave a comment. And thank you for watching, and we will speak again very soon. Thank you. Have a good day.